Dudes, what's up guys? Max here, and over the time I've been gone, there was quite a few announcements that happened regarding YouTube, regarding a lot of different things about games and things I'm excited about. But the one about YouTube I think is critical and needs to be discussed, and how it affects the future of this channel and the future of kind of everything I make on here. For you guys that don't know, YouTube announced recently that they're going to be hitting 60 frames per second on their videos. You no longer will only be sufficed to like 15 to 24 to 30 frames per second. You can actually watch videos at either 48 or 60 as well. And that's a big deal. They had some examples showing this off. It was very cool to see this stuff running in action. But overall, I think it's really important for me. Not a lot of people understand why higher frame rates are that important, especially for games. When we're talking about games specifically, when you have a game and it's running at 30 frames per second, you only get so much time to input commands. For example, if you have a character on a jump arc in Street Fighter and they're jumping in at you, and you only had about 30 frames to uppercut them before they come in, if you are actually running at 60, you get twice the amount of time to input that command every second. It's that your input actually hits the screen more precisely than it does running at a lower frame rate. That's what's really critical about frame rate and why it actually affects things like gameplay. Frame rate absolutely does not make better games. It does not make, crappy games absolutely amazing. All it does is just offer a level of refinement for games that is absolutely awesome, and has been there since the Nintendo, that has been there since as long as we can possibly remember. It's just that it hasn't become very much a staple over the majority of games nowadays, but I'm kind of glad people are talking about it again. I'm glad that this is happening. The thing about YouTube running at 60 frames per second is that it doesn't affect the gameplay at all. All you're doing is watching a video. But what it does mean is that over the past, almost like 7 years that YouTube has been doing its thing, if not more, YouTube has been running at frame rates that aren't depicting what a game actually looks like. I've gone through many different methods myself to try to emulate 60 frames per second, to do little tricks for my Guilty Gear video so that you guys can actually see what the game looks like at its natural frame rate. And it's important to see the difference. I'll also be putting up a video once we do go live with 60 frames per second, showing you the differences between like 15 to 24 to 30 to 48 to 60, so you can actually get an understanding of what's going on. But now we actually are going to get the full capacity and the ability to do this. And it's something I never thought that we'd ever really get the chance to use on YouTube. I thought the extra 30 frames would really be unnecessary, and the only thing that's honestly good for the most part, is gameplay. If you watch somebody like me, like somebody talking into a camera, at 48 or 60 frames per second, it's gonna look really weird. And I'll show you guys this exactly what I mean when I get the opportunity to do so. It looks more like a soap opera, because soap operas run sometimes between 30 to 48 frames a second. And it just looks weird. This is another reason why I don't like a lot of those movies that run at that higher emulated frame rate, like 120 hertz. I think it makes films look awful, but when it comes to games, it's a different story. And all I can tell you is that I have just because 60 frames per second is so important to me, I have a natural dedication to all of you guys as my viewing audience, that the videos that I'll be uploading, if I have the ability to capture gameplay or anything at the actual native frame rate, which is usually 60 frames per second at the majority of fighting games I play, I guarantee you I will spend all the extra time in rendering. It'll take twice as much, and producing footage that will actually go native on YouTube at the correct frame rate. That'll actually be at 60 frames per second. That's actually a vow I'd like to make. If I have the ability to do so, I will be recording at higher frame rates, and you guys will actually be able to see these games from what they are really like. You see them in person all the time. It's not like it's going to be this new amazing thing for you, but it's just important that we now have the option to view things the way they are, and not the way YouTube thinks it is. I think it's pretty important. I think it's pretty awesome, especially when it comes to newer games that are coming out. We're not going to have to dig through the trenches to look for 60 frame per second footage of certain fighting games that might be brand new. We can get it on YouTube, and that's freaking amazing. Like I said, I'll be clearing this up for you guys, and for all you dudes that are tuning in, there will be specific videos where I'll let you know what frame rate the current video is running at, whether it be a trailer, gameplay video of me playing online, anything. I'll let you know, and I'll show you the difference. I'll show you within one video what footage looks like at the different variety of frame rates, and why 60 frames per second is pretty important in my eyes. Either way, guys, what do you think about this? This is pretty much the best news that Google and YouTube has given us in so long. Like, this is an amazing upgrade, something that I was not expecting them to do at all. And then there's this thing about like tip donation things, and I don't even know what the heck that means. All I got excited is that I can show you guys what these fighting games look like at their natural resolution, and that has me personally pretty freaking excited. Thank you dudes very much for watching, thank you for tuning in, and as soon as I come back with 60 frames per second videos, I'll let you guys know. My name is Max, see you next time guys.